I'd like to call the order the Wyoming Valley West School District regular meeting for August 9th at 7:08. Roll call, please.
Mr. Pazinski, Mr. Dabaskis,
Here.
Mr. Hardwick,
Here.
Mr. Keating,
Here.
Mr. Usavage,
Here.
Mr. Perfetto,
Here.
Mr. Majer,
Here.
Mrs. Cassatt. Here. Mr. Camus.
Here. A moment of silence followed by the salute to the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to announce there was an executive session held prior to this meeting to discuss personnel items and some litigation items. Mr. Tosh.
You know, superintendent comment?
Please, yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Camus. Just a couple announcements that I went over last week. We're continuing preparations for the upcoming school year, which officially begins on Tuesday, September the 5th for the students. The calendar for the school year is now posted and has been posted on the district webpage. Specific dates to keep in mind: 6th and 9th grade orientation will take place Wednesday, August the 30th. At the middle school from 9 to 12, at the high school from 9 to 11. Kindergarten and any first graders new to the building, the orientations will take place on Thursday, August the 31st from 1 to 2:30. And our Sunday night robocalls will begin on August the 20th, where we update parents and guardians of any weekly progress, any items that the public needs to know. Again, they'll start on August the 20th at 7 o'clock. Thank you, Mr. Camus.
Thank you, Mr. Tosh. Statements from interested citizens. We have James B. No, this is our regular monthly meeting. You sure? Devin, I'm sorry, I can't really read the last name. Devin? Is that Devin? What's that? Oh.
Hello and good evening, board. So it came to the community's knowledge that we have recently hired an individual named Michael Bezzessieri. Michael Bezzessieri had came from the Hazleton Area School District, where he was on administrative leave of pay due to unethical sexual text messages that has been implemented and had been sent to our students, explaining and acknowledging the facts that he had busted all over thinking about this 17-year-old female child, as well as this individual has expressed that he knows of all the hiding spots inside the school district. This is in Hazleton. Wyoming Valley West has so many more and extra hiding spots than Hazleton Area School District does. And with this being expressed and explained that this individual is coming into our school districts with unethical professionalism, the community is outraged. The teachers are outraged. They cannot speak up and speak out because of the facts that they cannot have, that they can be retaliated against. So they can't come forward and say that this is a concern to them. But this is a concern not only for the parents, not only for the teachers, but most importantly, the students that ultimately should feel safe inside of the school district. Schools are supposed to be safe havens for our children. How can our children feel safe with a child predator in our school boards, in our school district as an assistant principal? Not only the fact that now he has access to all these children's personal identifying information, especially children that are easily targeted, children that are already involved with Luzerne County Children and Youth, already involved with probationary services. These are specialized systems that these targeted children and vulnerable children are put into a special system to where an assistant principal has access to. Now this individual has access not only to Hazelton area school district students, but now as well as Wyoming Valley West School District students. This is a concern to all parents, and I want to make sure that the school district and the school board knows and acknowledge that this man has been on an administrative leave for over 1 year term until he had departed Hazelton area school district. I ultimately respect and hope that you guys can make an appropriate decision in regards to this concern, and we can move forward appropriately in our school board. I never came to a school board meeting because I never had concerns in regards to our administrative staff. I'm here today and I'll be at every school board meeting coming forward until we get rid of him. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. May I have a motion to approve the minutes from June 14, 2023,
Second,
and the special meeting for June 30th?
So moved.
second,
Motion and a second.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Committee reports. Mr. Damascus, do you have anything this evening?
Just an update on the athletic committee for the head baseball position. We have closed the application process, so we'll be reviewing them and setting up interviews very soon and hopefully appointing a new head baseball coach. That's it.
Excellent. Anything for,
Nothing for technology this month.
Mr. Keating, do you have anything for personnel?
Mr. Bassett, just to thank the administration and the board members that have spent countless hours over the past month interviewing a substantial amount of candidates for the positions that are listed on the agenda this evening. We still have a few more to fill. We're hoping to close this up within the next week or two, but pretty much all of the positions that were open are being filled. You know, my hat goes off to everyone that has interviewed. I know the busy spot was elementary, over 23 candidates for 5 positions interviewed was very difficult. Narrowing that down to 5 when there were like I said, 23 very worthy people that came forward to be interviewed. But as discussed in our executive session, the list that's presented in front of the board this evening, I feel comfortable in making those recommendations to the board for consideration to be employed by Wyoming Valley West.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Keating, very much. Do you have anything on the finance this evening? Or?
Again, I met earlier today with Tom, try to get over to see him as often as possible, just to keep a pulse on everything that's going on. Lots of big decisions to be made for our building needs and facilities needs. As you know, all comes down to money, affordability, and whether or not we can afford some additional debt service on big ticket needs for the district.
Thank you, Mr. Keating. Mr. Savage, do you have anything this evening?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
No problem. Thank you. Mr. Hardwick, do you have anything under the ESSERS or special education?
Both groups, special education and ESSERS, we did not meet formally as committees since last voting session, but both groups have been active with Buildings and Grounds Committee and ESSERS. Special education, we spent a good amount of time with the hiring process and interviewing. So, and I'm pleased with the committee and the group we put forward for hiring. I thought everybody was very good, very knowledgeable, and very worthy of consideration. So it was a new process for me, but I learned a lot and enjoyed doing it. I don't, Mr. Tosh, I don't know if there's anything to add on ESSERS or Tom.
No,
Assessors.
as of now, we're still reviewing, the plan. We'll have some administrations coming up in the next couple of weeks to tweak and look at Essers 3. But again, as you said, we're moving forward with it.
And we did respond with the monitoring.
Yes,
We did
correct.
provide formal responses.
Right. And they-
Regarding the monitoring. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Hurwitz. Mr. Dickon, do you have anything this evening? Thank you. Under buildings and grounds, very brief, Mr. Guevara, Mr. Tosh and myself met at the stadium to start getting prices on our new, replacing our turf. Might have hopefully an answer next Friday, I think he said.
Correct.
So pretty exciting news, ongoing. That's all I have this evening.
Change order.
It's not on there. That's not, I didn't see it on there.
Yeah, everybody has it.
Oh, I got it right here. Before we move on to general recommended action items, this board would like to, potentially amend the agenda for Scranton Electric to finish out our Essers 2 project. For two different items. One's for rain leaders and the other one is. What's the other one for? The valve? Oh, yeah, right. The valve. May I have a motion to amend this agenda under general recommended action items?
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Dabascus,
Yes.
Mr. Hardwick,
Yes.
Mr. Keating,
Yes.
Mr. Savage.
Yes.
Mr. Perfetto,
Yes.
Mr. Majer,
Yes.
Mrs. Cassatt,
Yes.
Mr. Kamis.
Yes. At this time, I would like to open up to public comment on the change order item only. If anybody has any questions, please step up forward. General recommended action items 1 through 21. May I have a motion, please?
I'll move. Second.
I have a motion and a second. On a roll call, please.
Mr. Dabascus,
Yes.
Mr. Hardwick,
Yes.
Mr. Keating,
Yes.
Mr. Savage,
Yes.
Mr. Perfetto,
Yes.
Mr. Majer,
Yes.
Mrs. Cassatt,
Yes.
Mr. Kamis.
Yes. Okay, moving on, staff recommended action items, items 1 through 18. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. On a roll call, please.
Mr. Dabascus,
Yes.
Mr. Hardwick,
Yes.
Mr. Keating,
Yes.
Mr. Savage.
Yes.
Mr. Perfetto,
Yes.
Mr. Majer,
Yes.
Mrs. Cassatt,
Yes.
Mr. Kamis.
Yes. Finance recommended action items, accept and approve the following as presented, bills for payments, finance manager's report, and the treasury report. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. On a roll call, please.
Mr. Dabascus,
Yes.
Mr. Hardwick,
Yes.
Mr. Keating,
Yes.
Mr. Savage,
Yes.
Mr. Perfetto,
Yes.
Mr. Majer,
Yes.
Mrs. Cassatt,
Yes.
Mr. Kamis.
Yes. Board member comments, go around the table. Mr. Savage,
None. Thank you.
Mr. Majer,
No, thank you.
Mr. Perfetto,
No.
Mr. Keating, anything to add?
Thank you, Mr. Kamis.
Thanks to the Personnel Committee for all your time interviewing and congratulations to the new hires. Welcome aboard.
Mr. Hardwick?
Just a quick comment that while this may seem to be quick, the items are discussed last week in our work session. So just to remind everybody, these items are well thought out as we go into voting session, including discussion and deliberation in the prior week and through committees. That's all I have, sir.
Mr. DeBaskis, do you have anything?
No, just a thank you, to Frank and his crew. I don't know if anybody noticed the outside, how nice it looks here. There's a lot of work that goes on during the summer with cleaning, gym repairs, doing floors. Want to go watch somebody do some gyms up at the high school. A lot of work. Thank you for all that work. Really appreciate it.
Mr. Whittiak, do you have anything to add or?
Did you want to discuss the project financing?
I don't think we're quite ready at this time, Mr. Whittiak. I think.
No, I think-
I think they're gonna follow up here in the next couple of days.
Okay.
I think the finance committee will be meeting with you and then we'll bring them out here at our next work session and discuss them at length.
Okay.
I thank you for putting that work in for us, but I was hopeful they would have got back with us by today, so we could have,
Okay.
hopefully early next week. Mr. Tosh, do you have anything?
Just to reiterate what two of our board members have said already, I don't remember the last time we've interviewed as many candidates as we've interviewed over the last month. We still do have some work to do, but the quality of candidates that we have in this last interview session was really, really impressive. Very, very difficult decisions the board had to make, but I do want to thank the board for the amount of time that they put in, as well as our principals and our administrators in the central office. It's an awful lot of time with that interview process. And as I said, very impressive candidates, and want to congratulate those who made it. And again, thank you to the board.
Thank you, Mr. Tosh. Our next scheduled meeting is in September 6th, and it'll be held here at 7 p.m. Motion to adjourn, please. Motion is second.